So hey guys, what's up? This is ScherBR talking. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about romancing SaGa UniverSe. We will be talking about the hidden dojo death match number 4. Well, this was introduced very recently. I was planning on making a single video, but a lot of people are requesting me to make strategies for the daily different enemies, so I will be trying to do this right now. Since yesterday, I was finding some of the challenges a little hard, and this one is actually, I think, the hardest of them all. We have Ruffle Tree and Yama as enemies. Let's click on Ruffle Tree first. Ruffle Tree is an enemy that barely has any attack besides Pollen, and Pollen can make you sleep. And that is a problem because the other enemy can inflict confusion and poison. Yama is even more dangerous because confusion makes your characters attack themselves. They will just die. And Yama is a boss from the story mode. It's immune to all status ailments save for stun. Both enemies deal blunt damage and magical damage, so we need to think carefully on what type of equipment we want to equip and what type of characters we want to bring as well. So Yama is weak against blunt, heat, and sun, and not resistant against slash. And Ruffle Tree is only weak against heat. Can also be petrified, but it's very hard to inflict petrify with the characters that we have in the game, so just forget it. We kinda can inflict confusion with Summerless, and that's the only thing that matters. Other thing possible here is poison. If you have characters like as Azami, or as Diana, or as Leonid, they can inflict poison on the start of a round, and that can work on Ruffle Tree. That will help you to defeat. Maybe Leonid can even keep trying to inflict poison again, or Diana. But I don't think this is a good strategy at all, because Ruffle Tree is not a problem. Ruffle Tree will, of course, try to inflict sleep, but sleep is not the worst, like I said. Confusion is the worst. So we have to kill one of those enemies and then try to debuff the other one to avoid getting status ailments. My strategy here is to defeat Yama as soon as possible, and then I will just slowly kill Ruffle Tree. But in order to do so, I need to bring intelligence debuffers, because if you debuff the intelligence of both enemies, they will stop inflicting confusion or sleep. Remember, on this game, intelligence is not only for damage, but also affects the success rate of status ailments. So, we need blunt resistance and elemental resistance if possible. So let me explain my squad composition. I am using 3 healers. Yeah, exactly, 3 healers. I don't know if you can replicate this, but I'll explain other strategies as well. This is my main one, it's my safest strategy. There's Summerless, Acelus, Princess White Rose, Emilia, and Sophia. Ignore the sprites. This is Summerless using Robin Girl sprite. So I am using Seer Focus formation. The Seer Focus formation increases intelligence and will to slot number 1. That's exactly where my Summerless is. I want her to get more intelligence so that she can use ID Break to confuse one of the enemies. Slots number 2 and 3 are used for agility and increase to will, so we can also increase the resistance against status ailments. And they are my most important debuffers. I have Acelus and Princess White Rose debuffing agility and intelligence. Then I have Sophia to debuff STR and also intelligence. I will just inherit it, forgetting about Skull Splitter. And, well, Emilia is here only for damage. Let's click here on confirm. I will also show you my equipment, because, well, you need some specific equipment here to resist some of the damage. Let's click here on Skull Splitter. And I decided to resist against blunt, because I will kill one of the bosses first, and then the second boss will only inflict blunt damage. Let's check the equipment here. And I have light armors and helmets equipped on the whole squad, save for a single character. We had some equipments from events, some others we can get by Pyro Hydra, some others we can get on the Forest of Mystery. And, well, if you don't have the S equipment, you will have to use A equipment, but just equip light armor and helmets. And the only character that is not wearing a light armor is Princess White Rose, but you can also do it just equip one. You see that increases even more the blunt resistance. Okay, and she's also using a helmet, but this one is circlet. We got this from a past event. Okay, so I'll click on confirm. We will try to see what happens. This squad is the best one I could make with my best styles. Let's see if we can defeat this stage. I already defeated, but maybe something will happen. They can try to confuse or sleep lock you. Depends on RNG. But we are using a formation that increases resistance as well. So, well, we start with ID break on this enemy here. Ruffle tree can be inflicted with confusion. There's some resistance, but we increased the intelligence for some release in order to try to confuse it. And as you can see, all the attacks are based on martial artists. So the buffing, agility, and STR will help you. Pollen has 2 versions, I don't know why. Really don't know why there's 2 versions here. Okay, one of those have sleep and the other one no. And then there's this other one here, Yama. Yama was a boss on the story mode. Yama is the one that we want to kill first, because it resists a lot of stuff. So let's try to kill Yama first, and then we will have to deal with the tree. Okay. I start with ID break here, and then Acelus will just use Mirage Step because we need to inflict intelligence debuff, or you could just use Rosario Impale. I will just use Mirage Step to reduce the chance of being inflicted with status ailments. Chocolate Ball, and then I will just use Switch Trap here, and Skull Splitter or Bone Crusher. It will be Skull Splitter on this enemy here first. They have a very, very high agility. They managed to land confusion once, but only once so far. You couldn't inflict confusion. Okay, let's just keep attacking. Use Mirage Blade. Mirage Stab, sorry. Ray of Hope on Emilia. Are you doing this to me, Emilia? And Heal Light on Sophia. Another one confused. Well, depends on RNG. Sometimes you will just confuse one of those bosses and it will be very easy. But sometimes this is what happens. Mirage Step again. Ray of Hope. We trap. Well, still couldn't inflict confusion. What's the interesting part here is that we already have Overdrive. So much damage received that Overdrive is already available. But no, I won't be using because Liz still cannot use ID Break. Let's normal attack, Mirage Step. Ray of Hope will be used on Acelus or Chocolate Ball. Let's just use Chocolate Ball. But then I have to heal with Sophia. Yeah. Now you have full overdrive. No problem. Now let's just turn on full overdrive. I will use IG Break here. Mirage Step, Chocolate Ball, and Sweet Trap. This time we'll kill Yama. And now I can simply use Bone Crusher already on the Ruffle Tree to decrease the STR. Yeah, we killed the Yama. Can still... Well, the damage was reduced. You can see that we are barely receiving damage. We were still not able to inflict charm. We were still not able to inflict confusion with Liz. Well, it happens. It's not a guarantee. Let's just keep using stuff that we were using. Bone Crusher again. Damage is very reduced here. Now it's time to heal. Well, we just won. I couldn't even see it winning. So this was my strategy. You see that even when they inflicted confusion, even when they well, they actually didn't inflict sleep on me. But if you have a very good RNG, you can just confuse that tree and that will be very, very easy. Now let's just talk about a different strategy, because not everyone will have all those styles available. And now I'll show you my second strategy. This one is a little more geared towards people that don't have so many premium units, but it's still considered having Princess White Rose. But you can use actually any healer. Princess White Rose is just the best one, but Blue can be farmed in the Zui Coliseum. Cat is farmed on the Zui Coliseum as well. Azami is not farmable yet, but it can be any blunt damage dealer. She's only here for damage. And Sophia is free. Now let's just inherit the correct skills. I think that only Azami is missing submission. That's what I always use with her. Yeah. And I don't need to use something very important here with SS Cat. She can use this one, Evil Crush. Evil Crush actually deals critical damage against Undead. It's just that mine is not maxed. Let's talk about the formation now. I'm still using Seer Focus to try to kind of resist a little against status elements. Blue is on the back because we can get more intelligence. Then we have the two healers and the two martial artists on the front lines. Let's click here on confirm. And let's try. So, the strategy here will have to be a little different. We'll start with Wildfire with Blue. Then, I don't know, Submission. Stomp. Full Splitter. And Chocolate Ball. And guys, if they inflict confusion or sleep, you will have to retreat and try again. There's no way to deal with this type of stuff unless it's only one and you can do it with your White Rose. Okay, we are receiving very low damage for Pauline. Now it's Sunlight, Submission, Normal Attack, Bone Crusher will use on the tree. Or maybe just normal attack. You can still do normal attack. And Chocolate Ball. You're not dead. Now it's time to heal. And I will keep using Chocolate Ball again. Finally, we killed Yama. Some people are sleeping now. Oh my god. No problem, let's heal Sophia first. Let's use Overdrive. We can guarantee that your Healing will come first. Now the damage will be very low. We are using equipment resistant against blunt. So this tree here will not be able to kill you. Just keep dealing damage and reviving if needed. The problem is that if someone dies, you have to revive him very fast unless their LP will be reduced to 0. Because most attacks are AoE. Let's use Bone Crusher. Oops. You have to heal. Normal attack. Let's use Overdrive again. Oh, we have Guan. Let's see how much damage it does. And Sophia can use Bone Crusher now instead of Skull Splitter because, remember, Ruffle Tree has only martial artists' attacks. Whoa, 7,000 damage with Sunlight. That's quite a lot. Well, I think my White Rose is very close to death. I didn't even see when she died. Yeah, we just did it. So I think these two strategies are very nice. Even if something very bad happens, you can still survive and defeat those two bosses. And it was not so hard actually, right? Thank you for watching this video. And if you want to help the channel, you can use the Patreon, PayPal or Coffee buttons on the description. We see each other on the next video. Bye.